insurance, and we're talking about whether or not the employees in your business are eligible for it. And we know that related employees have a special clause in the government that say that insurable employment does not include related people. Okay, so here we're talking about sons and daughters, wives and husbands, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, in-laws, step-parents, grandparents, grandchildren. If you work for a relative and you're deducting employment insurance and you've never made an employment insurance claim, there's a very good chance that the government is not going to pay out benefits to that related family member. Now, that's the background. Sometimes they do pay it out, and this is the problem. This is a gray area. They pay it out, and sometimes they even ask for it back, and they'll ask for interest, they'll ask for penalties, and you'll be, what do you mean? I mean, I applied, you accepted me, you've given me the benefits, and now you're telling me I have to pay it back? I've heard stories like this. I've received letters from people who've, heard this radio show and said, yeah, that's happened to me. What happened? And I've looked into the cases. Let me just sort of give you a little background. The law that denies related family members was put in place so that we make sure as a government that we don't pay out benefits to those people who are not eligible for them. And because related people are sort of targeted and told that you're in a position to take advantage of the system because you're working for your dad, you're working for your wife, you're working for your husband, you're in too close-knit a relationship, the government is concerned about you being in a position to cheat. So they put a law in place. They said, you're not eligible. You got to prove to us that you're not, and we'll call it cheating, even though once it gets handed down to the bureaucracy, it's not about cheating at all. It's really about a whole bunch of rules about your working relationships and how you compare to other unrelated employees, and it becomes such a subjective interpretation by the bureaucracy that, in effect, what happens is 90% of related people cannot claim EI benefits, irregardless of whether you're paying the premiums. Worse yet, the 10% of you that actually eventually get the benefits are at a risk that they can come back at you and take the money away. And not only just take the money away, but then figure out a reason after you've collected benefits for 7 or 8 or 9 months that they didn't catch when you were applying for benefits, that they catch 8 or 9 months later and call you the cheater because you didn't tell them every specific element of your working relationship, but they didn't ask. But that doesn't matter. The bottom line, and if you get one thing out of this show today, is if you work for a related family member, you do not want to be eligible for employment insurance benefits.